Hey guys, what's up? This is B coming from GNA today. So I quickly want to talk to you about scope cant. Now, I'm no expert on this, but I've been learning a lot about this. Okay, the first thing is whenever you mount your scope, you need to make sure several things are leveled up. And you can get levels from Wheeler, for instance, and what you can do is put a level on top of your scope base, make sure that's level. As that's level, you put a level on top of the turrets, which are going to be probably close to being parallel to the reticle. Make sure that's level, and then with those two things level at the same time, you can put a scope ring like this that will be a bubble level that you will level all that up. So you'll want all three of those level at the same time. Now the reason for that is if you think about it, as you look through the reticle on your scope, as your bullet leaves the muzzle, if you think about like just a plane, like a plane, like a flat surface, like a plane that just slices right through the very center of your scope, right through the vertical crosshair. And if you'll think about that, your bullet, as it leaves your muzzle, rises and falls in that plane. Of course, that's not figuring in wind blowing it, not figuring in rotation of the bullet affecting that. Saw somebody mention that idea, and it really helped me to understand what's going on. So what I did is I just got this piece of baling wire, and I've kind of made into a half moon shape here. Now I know that as a bullet comes out of your muzzle, it does not rise. Okay, understand that. Unless you have your muzzle pointed up, that's the only way the bullet's going to actually rise. But I guess in this example, let's assume that's what you're doing. You do have your muzzle pointed up at an angle, and so there is this arc. Now, if you'll think about it, if you're looking right straight down and you have your scope level, your bullet is going to go up this and stay in this plane right in the vertical crosshair of your scope. Now, if you think about if you cant the scope, and canting it means just turning it. So if you take that scope or your rifle actually, and you accidentally kind of shift it off to a different degree than being directly vertical. So if you take this and think about this, and I'm going to exaggerate this, but let's say you accidentally cant it to this angle. For your bullet to rise and to fall in this plane, it would have to warp reality or warp physics as we know it. Because think about this, if you take it and turn it like this, if your bullet came out, there's no way that as it's falling that it can come back down in this plane anymore. What's going to happen is it's going to do like this. See if I can kind of exaggerate this. It's going to come out, it's going to come in this plane, and then it's going to fall outside of that plane. It's not going to rise and fall back in that same plane if you were to do it like this. Another way to think about it is like throwing a football. If you throw a football and you just throw it straight like this, it's going to go along this arc and come straight down like this. But if you turn it like this, and if you expect to throw a football and it to follow this and like start to come down at an angle going this way as it falls, unless you can figure out how to throw a knuckleball on a football, there's no way it would do this. If you threw it like this, it would just keep going out this way. So that's why you need to keep a level, so that if you do happen to do this, you can quickly look at your level, because your bullet's not going to follow this trajectory, and line it back up straight true to where it is exactly vertical. That way your bullet will fall and rise in that vertical plane that your scope is sighted in for. A good tool to have to keep you true to the world as you're shooting. This is B coming to you from GNA today. Thanks for watching.